Welcome to Transformational Fighting Arts Online. I'm Sifu Marcus Lovemore. Today we're going to go over some intermediate weapons, knife, and the defense against the one. So if you don't know what the one is, you need to go over the angles of attack video. And it's going to show you all the different angles of attack for the knife. But basically the one is that it's any angle that comes down and across, any kind of chopping kind of angle. It also includes the kind of Mike Myers kind of I'll kill you dead, hunt you down in the bathroom kind of thing. It's all of those angles. So we're going to do the defense, the basic defense against the one. But before I get into that, there's two concepts that you really need to understand. One is your footwork and your blocking hand position. That's the hand that is not being used by the knife. So first off, your footwork. Your footwork is a vectoring footwork. It's not just a push shuffle forward or a sidestep. If you don't know what a vectoring is, go over the vector video and it's going to show you that, practice that, because you really need to get that down and really understand what that is and get that like a second nature kind of footwork. The second thing is your hand positioning. Just like the four corners, and I recommend that video, your four corner blocking system, which over to this part of the four corners, is just like this. But what I don't want you to do, which you can do sometimes in the four corners, is block with your hand out. I do not want you to do this. Why is that? Because in knife fighting, I want you to protect all of your vital areas. Go figure. And your vital areas basically are the inside of your arm. So if for some reason somebody swipes through here because they change their angle with the knife, basically they're going to cut some of your arteries and your ligaments, and it's going to disable this hand and probably disable you. If you're going to get cut, and I don't recommend it, getting cut on the outside of the forearm is the best place to do it because this hand is still usable even though you get cut. So remember, keep your hand like this, not like that. No in knife fighting, but it's okay to kind of break that rule when you're doing your four corners, okay? So that's what it is. So I'm going to ask Tennyson to come on in here. So I highly recommend picking up some sort of knife. Please do not use real knives while you're doing this. Not a good idea. These are blunt pieces of wood. I like they're Japanese daggers, basically. I like them because the wood tends to slide over your hand and your arms very well. The rubber ones sometimes give you kind of a weird, they have a friction to them, so there's a weird rug burn kind of thing. Some of the metal ones that are not sharp, sometimes they just hurt too much when they hit bone. So I really do like the wood ones, plus super cheap, and you don't mind dinging them up because they're only about $8, $9. You can get them on the internet, so highly recommend these, okay? Pick some of these up. Both you and your partner need to have one. So all he's going to be doing, that's good distance for you. All he's going to be doing is stepping forward because you want your partner to be outside range. So if he reaches his knife without stepping, he cannot touch you. That's where I want him, because it's kind of silly to knife fight inside range because you get cut all the time. So all he's going to be doing is taking a step forward. He doesn't need to use his push shuffle. All he needs to do is take a regular step forward, and he's going to be cutting me basically down the neck, right? So that's what he's going to be doing. I'm not going to block it first. He's just going to cut just like that. That's all I want him to do, and then he steps back, right? So the defense against that. So that assumes he's cutting down here, he's cutting at my shoulder, at my face, all those kind of cuts. That's what this line, everything that happens over here. So the big thing that I want you to understand is when he cuts, now when you cut, kind of just stall at my neck there. So he cuts right there. That's the cut, right? So the first thing that I want you to do, right, is I want you to vector to your right. That's basically a front leg push shuffle to here. Okay, that's the vectoring system. Okay, so once again, his knife is up there, and you move to over here. That's what the footwork looks like. Okay, so the other part of this is the cut. Right, I want you to aim for right here on his forearm or on his bicep. I don't want you to aim in here yet. I want you to really aim for his forearm or bicep. So he goes back, right? So that's all I'm going to do right now is the cut and the footwork, right? He moves, right? See, even without a checking hand, he doesn't make contact, and I cut. But the point is, once I cut, his arm is able to go again. So you do need something to check that arm so it doesn't fly through once you've cut him, right? So once again, he moves, cut, right? And then that cut happens. You see that? Now when you cut, make sure you go through the entire arm. Just don't just hit him with the blade. I want a slice. Use the technology of the blade. The blade works when you cut through something, like you're cutting a piece of meat. Okay? So then the last part of this, the footwork, the cut, there's the check. So he comes, check. Do you see how I exchanged hands? One more time, right? One more time, right? See that? See how that cut and that check happens? And remember what I told you how this check is? See, now it can't move through and I'm okay. I've cut, and then you can do all your crazy stuff, okay? One more time, right? So now we're just going to do it at more real speed, right? Foop, right? Even faster, right? Foop. And one more time real fast. Foop. See? And the great thing is this can happen in real, if you move forward just a little bit, because we're going to do it like without inside range. Assuming he closed on you, it still works. He swipes, whoop, whoa, see that? But I still made that step. One more time, whoop, see that? Thank you, Tennyson. So, the big issue, the cut and the parry, cut and the parry, and the vectoring, right? Vectoring. So where am I going? I'm not going straight. Like if you're the opponent, I'm not going straight towards you. I'm going off to the side. And then I cut and parry. That is the defense against the one. So if you have any questions about that, please go to Transformational Fighting Arts online. Remember, you can always get this email to you or to your cell phone or whatever for free, but it is only free through your subscribing and through your donating. So please go to the donation button and give me something. I'm Sifu Marcus Lovemore. This is Transformational Fighting Arts Online. Remember, it's not about knowing it, it's about living it. Thanks.